Morning, everybody.
Hey, Bobby. Hi, everyone.
You okay, Peter?
Just tired.
You look like you've just don't have the energy today.
No, no energy today.
You're usually buzzing, and your aura today is just soft.
Yeah, it'll be mellow Pete
How's the
today.
weekend? Have you been feeling better?
Just tired. It didn't help that we went to Great Adventure for Freight Fest again on Saturday night, and I thought the park closes at 12, but they stopped letting people on rides at 12. So my daughter and her friends wanted to get on this Wonder Woman ride, and it turned out to be a 2 hour line. So like we didn't get out of there until 1 o'clock.
Oh, I don't think I've seen 1 o'clock in I don't know how many years.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Ugh.
that was we left at 1 o'clock, so that was and then another 45-minute drive. Actually, there was traffic getting out, and there was another. So yeah, I didn't get home in bed till like 2:30 on
Sunday morning.
Saturday night slash Sunday morning. So
Gosh.
still
Ugh.
haven't fully recovered.
Wow. And you weren't feeling good on the weekend or the week before.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gianluca is not going to be here today, and it doesn't look like J Ram is on yet, but sometimes he shows up later. So I do have the agenda with Snowflake first, even though that the multi-agent people are here. So we're just going to go through my part of the agenda really fast. J Ram is traveling. Okay, good to know. So again, Code of Conduct in the Antitrust Policy. Welcome to the October 20th Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust AIFAQ lab call. Linux Foundation hosts this call, and they want everybody to be aware of the Code of Conduct and the Antitrust Policy, which we all are because we've been here before. So great job on the meetup, everybody. Very impressive. It went flawless. A lot of people, 75 people. That's a lot of people for a meetup in the middle of the week. That just kind of spurred up for 2 weeks. I thought that was really, really well done. The mentorship. This document came from Gianluca, where he wants to try to do some pilots and some workshops. So this is something that we're going to expand on this week. So some of the workshops, like I said, we had 75 people, and that wasn't even like a series. When you set up a series, you get a lot more people because they think they're missing something if they don't go to one or whatever. It's weird how that works, but you get a lot of people for a workshop, and I do really agree that we said that was a workshop, and it really wasn't a workshop. When people come to workshops at the Linux Foundation, they kind of want to do the coding themselves and load it and stuff. So we might want to repackage the presentation we did and say the workshop is to follow, kind of maybe in a Linux Foundation post, and maybe set up another workshop for people to actually download and test it against Fabric or test it against Besu or any other product. But I think we were a little not summary, but we were telling all about what we did, and we didn't have a specific ask. Load this code, test this product, which I think we need to further figure out how to do that. I might start popping in on some of the blockchain calls this week, just to see if people, after I talk to Gianluca, to see if I can if they can test it, like how they would be able to drop this in or put this somewhere to test it in Fabric. So that basically was the stuff for the meetup follow up. I do agree with Gianluca. We should uh, leverage the meetup that we just had with a follow up hands on workshop. So we'll work on that this week to get that, maybe some dates and some options listed for next week's meeting. This is from Min. And this is just for Lochen and Ryan. If you want to read that, I'm sure you got a copy of this. It's just how to get reimbursed for when you go, hopefully, to India and I think it was Japan. No, it was Korea and Japan. Um, I want to make sure you get reimbursed. So this is her letter to you guys. If you didn't get it, it's right here. So please make sure that you get compensated for your travel. Um, LinkedIn post, we're going to start posting today. I'm not really sure. So I have a page here on marketing. Is that, no, that's not it. It was social media strategy. We have two choices this week. We can either go full out marketing and posting our meetup. Here's a link to our meetup. See what we're doing. But again, I don't think anybody's going to watch an hour-long meetup from a link on a YouTube, Instagram post. Or we could do our Snowflake one pager. I mean, that's pretty. Do I have it up here somewhere? I think that's pretty sharp. The information contained in this document. Let me see if I can zoom. Oh, there it goes. Maybe put pieces of this out during the week. Maybe the first part one day, the second part the next day, and build up to this big Snowflake media thing this week, and then do something else this week. I'm not really sure where. Again, I'm not really sure where to focus on the social media, and I know we need a better strategy than just, oh, this is what I think. Again, we do have this page up here where we want to post. I do have Gianluca's YouTube or Medium article, and Ryan has something to say. So please go ahead.
Yeah, so like I want to share one thing, like if I can screen share once. Yeah, regarding that LinkedIn post one only. Hmm. So actually, I was recently posting with different stuff, and I was testing like what gets more viral on LinkedIn. And like I noticed something that like as you can see my LinkedIn impression from here. So when I posted random things like sharing uh some small stuff, not very much like regarding the dev part, but more towards like some of the stuff like why we started like this, like this post got 24,000 like
I know.
that
I saw
impression.
that.
Yeah, so
That's
it
a
was
lot.
like it's like 24,000 is like it's highest for my post. So like like what I saw from that is like if we can like do something not very much technical, but somewhat regarding like related to some technical thing. Because like I found like I saw a startup named Throxy. Throxy is actually a YC startup, and like I saw the founders post there. And like what I saw from that, like I can show you. What I saw from their post was posting stuff like what they are doing in like their regular life was getting more like reach and everything. Like if I can show you
Human
the one
connection.
of the
Yep.
founders. Yeah, so like they post stuff like regular things, like not very technical stuff, but they get noticed among the other products because their majorly posts are regarding sharing their stuff majorly. And like what they do is like first they share some stuff, and then they publish like marketize their product. Like they are marketizing their product in like last few lines, so that people would
Yep.
read it, like read the top lines, and then like they would get to the product. Was starting with the product's description. Like what I found was like it wasn't working with me, like either with me or like I guess with everyone it won't work. Like as you can see my the top three posts which in like last 28 days, they were all those posts where I shared regarding my personal experience on something. Like I shared a photo of my room and where I am working. I shared some stuff, why I started
I
and
got
those
it. Yeah.
stuff.
We need a story. We need a story, a human story.
Yeah,
What
like
do you
it
think,
works
Peter?
better. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. You're absolutely right. If there's not a human connection or I tend to scroll through LinkedIn, and if I do see those people sitting at the desk, I'm going to stop to see what they're doing. Or if I just see a picture of an AI generated brain with some circuits flying out of it, I'm just going to go right by. I don't care. But if I see those kids on the street, I'm going to know what street. Want to know what street they're on. I'm going to want to know. Well, so I didn't mean to call you kids, when I see gentlemen on the street, I want to know what street they're on. I want to know what they're doing. You're right. Absolutely. Interesting way. I think I'm going to wait another week for my social media posts now. Um, that is very, very interesting.
Also, like the second point which I wanted to say was now the part is quite stable, so we can release like version 0.1.0. When generally how the projects like how open source projects like what I saw from recent projects was that showing some milestone would work better. Like people would be encouraged to work because the other contributors would be more encouraged to work where like they can see some progress. Like if we release version 0.1.0, then version 0.2.0
But what do
like
you
that.
think that 1.0 looks like? Like to me, 1.0 always looked like a product that I would open up and I would be able to be the administrator, load my documents. So for instance, if this is my best case scenario for my social media post, I go to LinkedIn and I post this just for instance, I'm not putting Snowflake over multi-agent and Git mesh or anything. It's just easier for me to get my head around. So I go and I'm doing Snowflake this week. So I go and I say, or I'm doing, forget Snowflake, I'm doing AIFAQ, the stable version 1.0. I'm advertising it on social media. I want a product that, say, for instance, I'm who I am. I'm an ed tech. I've written a blockchain courseware book, and I have. So, say for instance, I come across this post about this AI FAQ that I can load my own data and question it. I want to try it. So, what I want to do is I want to take the 1.0 version. I want to open it up the platform on my computer. I want to upload my course, and I want to start asking questions of my course and only my course. Are we ready to have all those individual databases coming up at the same time if we go ahead and advertise this 1.0? Are we at that point yet?
Yeah, so like what I was saying, like I would show something like I did it today only on Gitmesh. Like what I did was like version 0.1.0 alpha, like a pre-released version. So because of this, whosoever gets listed here would be like much more like committed to be like keep contributing to the project because like now they got some name like other than the mentees I'm talking about like the people outside the this call would be like more interested to like get something like listed somewhere. And like what I did was like I posted like I made this version. So what I was thinking regarding that AIFAQ one was that what we can do is like make a version that can like easily start with some type of loader. Like what we can do is like ask the user in the terminal itself on what data set they want to like load whole AIFAQ. We can customize that. They just have to add the link in the terminal itself, and it would open the whole website regarding to that like that person only, like whatever that person wants. So like they can test it directly by like just downloading this asset thing. Like they can just download the asset part, and we can show that the things are working. And then like as we progress every week, like every 2 3 week, we can like improve the version things. Like we can like on the next week we can do 0.2.0 because the thing which you told regarding the version, generally version 1.0.0 are the stable ones. Other are those versions like you make the versions for like just for testing, like just out for testing like that way. So if we
Yep.
do,
Yep.
so that people would like I guess that people would be more interested to see that now they got their version 2 within a week, like now they got the third version within a week. Like they like
Yep.
people don't see like what are the major changes, but they see the like how are the versions.
But I think we're more at an issue before that point to get people to use to get more people to use the system. And I was looking again because I come always from the business side, never the technical side, even though I'm technical. I come from the business side. So for me, I'm trying to romance decision makers now, more companies to try this product. So I guess we have two distinct users or viewers at LinkedIn. We have the developers who want to test it and try it and see the good version control we have and see what next is coming out and all that. And then we have the people who run companies or people who are in charge of data and training and I don't know, human resources who need to get data to people in a precise and direct way, the end user. So, do you think we should, at this point in our life cycle, be focusing on end users more or developers to help us with the code?
What we can do is like what I tested with some of the stuff was that I was like doing two stuff. Was first was to make a waitlist website. Like people can just open the waitlist website and fill up the details. Like if they want to use it for some company thing, then what we can do is like we can make a special version, like version 0.2.0, specially for those people who are interested to test the system for their companies. And then like what they can do is like it would be completely customized for
Yep.
to start with some company data, and other version which we are opening in the GitHub stuff, they can like developers can use it for their development purpose, so that we get both the stuff like instead of just waiting for like people to use it, what I think would be better is like just release and hype up in the way that we are already developing great stuff, and then people would join, like just saying like so and so people are already using, and then other people would be seeing that they are like enjoying their stuff, like in that way, like they would see. Like what I saw in some of the startups was like some startups like Throxy and other which I showed, like I was interested to know about their product because I was interested in their life, like they were living like some life that many people wants. So like what I saw from that, so that I saw their product. Like what I think these would work better. Like we should show something that we are like progressing great, and then by seeing the our progress, the people would like just try our product. Like what are they doing to get progress? Like in that.
But that's where I'm, I guess, a little hung up when you say try our product. I don't know what product they'd be trying. Would they be trying the GitHub repo code, loading it, or would they just be using an instance where they could be administrators, or would they just be end users questioning uh, the material that we've preloaded? You know, I'm not really sure how we're
Yeah, how we're packaging
releasing the
this.
1.0. Like, what does the 1.0 let you do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so
maybe
like
before we do that, so to have clarity internally first, do we need to have like a tutorial and like guide us through this, like as if we were like an end user and these are the steps, and record that tutorial and then figure out, okay, how do we sort of break this down into some kind of video or actual written tutorial so people can go through the steps of getting this set up.
Yeah, so like I was saying that there are like two versions. Like we have alpha, we have a beta, and like then we have a release. So we can make alpha series, complete alpha series for the developers. Like it would be the repo which is currently on website, like on the GitHub. And the
Mhm.
second would be a beta version, which would be a complete package. Like what I'm saying is like it would be a complete zip file. They just have to load the zip file, and we would make a short video that how to load the zip file. And like as soon as they load the zip file, it would be completely customized to ask them what they want to feed in the database. And would be like as right now we are opening in the Founders Institute one. Like we are loading the data of Founder Institute one, then we would be like making it fixed for the particular stuff, like just for just for their company. It would be a version which would just start on their company.
I don't understand that. So start on their so this is right now our demo page. This is the page that forward faces our public with our application. So it's AIFAQ app. We have the demo for Founders Institute, and you select it, and you're in. Well, I'm in the regular. I haven't logged in yet, so I don't have the admin. But this is what everybody would see when they hit that. And then this one is the the one for LFDT, which is awesome. Where do I go? Okay. So would we put another box up here for developers and give them the step-by-step or button to press to get to the video and the GitHub repository to help get that going? Is that what how you envision that? Because like these are end users to me. This is an end user testing the Founders Institute. This is an end user questioning the Linux Foundation decentralized trust GitHub repositories that we've loaded in. So assuming that we would need a demo, maybe a whole page for developers instead of just the app. What do you guys think? Is that where you were kind of headed with that, to have it somewhere for the developers to test?
There is the Founder Institute one, right? This is the latest demo of Founder Institute. So it
Yep,
would
and
have
then the
some data,
latest.
right? Yeah, it would have
Yeah.
some data of Founder Institute. There would be a link. So what I'm saying is like we can release two versions. First is alpha, which will be completely for developers, and it would be the version which is on GitHub. But which you showed me right now, the Founder Institute one. So we would
Yep.
directly ask them to set up for their enterprise. The other version would be completely just for their enterprise, like how we did for Founder Institute, so that they can host it directly in that way. And then promoting it, like once we get some 2-3 users, then we can promote it in that way that they can easily set up for enterprise.
So what would we have to do right now? I don't think we have a product where each again, and I think I have trouble communicating this. If I'm someone who wants to try, whether I'm a developer or whether I'm a decision maker, and I want to try the product with my information, are we ready to do that? Our stable 1.0 version is ready to have multiple knowledge bases spinning up at the same time, depending on how many people see the link and want to try it. Are we ready for that? I don't think we are.
Like we can do it this way, na, ki, we are making a version which are for people who are like startups or some companies. So what we can do is like we would make a small interface, just a small interface. Like we are working with 6 or 7 types of different file systems. So we will ask them what are the things which they want for their company to set up. Like as a founder, you would be asking some people who wants to test like what are the links you want to add in the database. So they would be entering it in the first page, and as soon as they enter the stuff in the first page, it would open up a complete hosted version directly without asking. It would be directly hosting it on Netlify or some stuff, and then it would be directly hosted, and that person can directly share it with the employees or like with the people they want, so that everywhere we can have a logo of AIFAQ. Then like it would be completely hosted on their system, but they would have a logo of AIFAQ everywhere. So like
Yep.
as many people would be using it, AIFAQ would be spreading everywhere. And then we can have like our on our own website, like as we have the Founder Institute and LFDT, the people who are paying for the AIFAQ, we can have a version for them on like on our website, like on
Yep.
AIFAQ's website.
That site. Yep. Got it. It's a good idea. So we have to get working on that. But I think I have to talk to Gianluca first to see how he wants to present that on this page. But that is moving forward. I like it. So again, with the social media, I don't think I'm going to start today. I got a lot more thinking to do about the marketing of this, but I will try to make it personal, and I'll have something to share. Maybe I'll put it up in Slack to see what people think about it before I start posting away on our LinkedIn page, for sure. So we did the mentorship, talking about, are you okay with Ryan and Lochan, all the travel, or do you need help from me Are there any blockers for you to get to Korea or to wherever you're going?
Actually,
Or is
the
that
link says that we have to submit it after we come back. So like I think like the issue would be afterwards, like just when we come back.
there's no prep work or anything? Yeah, after. Okay. Okay, so as long as you're aware of what to do, that's good. So again, we talked a little about starting the LinkedIn posts, but I'm going to think a little bit more about getting some personal pictures, figure that out. I just wanted to say we owe jumping to Snowflake, and then we'll get to GitMesh. But the Snowflake, we had a meeting with the Snowflake people, and although we are a competitor of them, they aren't going to stop us from putting our product in their marketplace. And he asked for a one pager and a video. So this is the one pager. No. This, no. Of course, it's going to be somewhere I can't find it. I'll find the one pager in a second. It's probably on this screen. Anyway, we'll get to the one pager in a second. But we do have his video, a real short video. So let's watch that. Oh, wait. Before I share my screen, I have to share my sound.
Welcome to AIFAQ Pro inside Snowflake. With this intelligent AI assistant, we can securely query, chat with, and understand our enterprise data right within Snowflake. Here in the AIFAQ Pro app inside Snowflake, we start by selecting an open-source LLM model, like Mistral 7b, Snowflake Arctic, or Gemma 7b, to power our chat. On the left sidebar, we open the knowledge base and upload documents such as PDFs, CSVs, or text files. For this demo, we're uploading an AWS document. Once uploaded, the app automatically parses the file and creates embedding tables in Snowflake, making the data ready for accurate, context-aware answers. The uploaded document appears with its timestamp and file type, and we can also view or clear our chat history anytime. Now, we simply chat with our knowledge base. For example, asking, "What is AWS Cost Explorer?" The chatbot instantly replies with the answer from the document.
What happened to the audio? You're on mute, Bobby.
I had to stop sharing because I was the second one didn't come with audio, but that's just our landing page for our website for people who want to look at our Snowflake solution. So instead of putting it under here, should I have a Snowflake button up here on our menu? What do you think?
The British bloke was nice.
Yeah, he was. I wonder if he's a Novo Echo voiceover. But do we want a whole page for Snowflake on our website, or do we just want a button here for Snowflake? And then go to that landing page that we just saw.
Oh, you want to maybe just walk me through the website right now? I'm not following because it went
So right
fast.
now on our website, we have AIFAQ app for our customers to get their links or get their founders can come here. Linux Foundation people can come here. Should I put a button for Snowflake to get to our landing page? Hold on, let me go back to the landing page. Oh, wait. I get so confused sometimes. Sorry. Here we go. So it doesn't have any sound, but this is just the landing page for our website. So if you just see it, this would be what would be on our website when you click the Snowflake button. Or do we want Snowflake to have their own menu button? So across our top, we have apps, demos, or whatever. And then we have all the links. I can show that to you pretty quick. So we have, okay, that didn't work. This AIFAQ app, or do we want a Snowflake here for the people for Snowflake?
Not seeing your screen.
You're not seeing my screen. That's because I didn't share it. Okay. How about now? So up here we have this AIFAQ app button. And if we press it, we go to our latest demos. Should we put the Snowflake here and then click there, and then we would go to our landing page, which is this. Or, where did I go again? Or do we want Snowflake to be front and center up here? So in other words, is our Snowflake solution warrant a top billing up here, or should it go through the app and then down here?
So I think it could go in multiple places. Home, contact terms. Oh,
that's the old logo. I have to fix that. I can put it in both. It's not a problem. I never even thought about that. I always thought it was one or the other.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think if because I was also looking for where does it show Founder Institute?
Right here.
Where?
Go under AIFAQ app. And then our latest demo.
Click on AIFAQ app. Gotcha.
I could put a Founder Institute logo about our menu bar too, so you can go right to it. I can put their logo, their name, whatever you want on that bar. It depends on how much.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think. I'm thinking out loud whether like a menu option that says solutions, that's a drop down, and then has the three of them.
Yep, I could do that.
That it would say solutions.
So instead of just say solutions here, have it go to this page.
Take you to Founder Institute.
Each one have their own page.
Yeah.
Got it.
Does that make sense? Or
yes,
or just take them to one page of like.
It's not like making a separate page costs us anything but 5 seconds. So I think it would be more professional if they had their own space with a little bit more description about, because right now this is all we say about Founders Institute on our website, and then you just click the demo and you go right to the interface.
Gotcha.
So I think that's nice. So this would just be the solutions page, and it would still have the buttons, but you could drop down.
And it's live. You don't have to call it a demo.
Yep.
It shouldn't say try our latest demo. It should be
try our live solutions.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I will update this, and I'm going to incorporate his page. If I can find it again, I keep losing it. This into this. So this will look like what the Snowflake page looks like when you click on it. And then we can work on what the Founders Institute page looks like. I'll probably take a page from their website and mimic it, which is what I usually do. So I will work on that today. That's a great idea.
Okay, cool.
So do you think this video that we saw is ready for prime time to send to Tim? And do you think our one pager is prime time ready to send to Tim?
So play the video again. The only thing is it sort of ended abruptly. It's sort of like it sort of needs like a 5 second like call to action or hey to see it live or a quick summary of like, hey, here's what it does.
Welcome to AIFAQ Pro inside Snowflake. With this intelligent AI assistant, we can securely query, chat with, and understand our enterprise data right within Snowflake. Here in the AIFAQ Pro app inside Snowflake, we start by selecting an open-source LLM model, like Mistral 7B, Snowflake Arctic, or Gemma 7B, to power our chat. On the left sidebar, we open the knowledge base and upload documents such as PDFs, CSVs, or text files. For this demo, we're uploading an AWS document. Once uploaded, the app automatically passes the file and creates embedding tables in Snowflake, making the data ready for accurate context-aware answers. The uploaded document appears with its timestamp and file type, and we can also view or clear our chat history anytime. Now, we simply chat with our knowledge base. For example, asking, "What is AWS Cost Explorer?" The chatbot instantly replies with the answer from the document.
Okay, now did you see it return the answer? Because that was
Well, no, what I think happens, which is what I want to talk to JRAM about, it looks like it gets stuck. The video gets stuck on that extract content frame where he keeps it's just circling and it never goes to the last page of the interface. So you
yeah,
never
I didn't
see
see
you
it.
never
I
see
didn't
the
see him
question
and
screen.
yeah, I didn't see him enter the question and have it answer it
Yeah.
or if it cut and paste it in.
So it
So that
just needs
video
2
doesn't match
seconds at
the
the end.
yeah, that video doesn't match the text. And then there just needs to be sort of a summary or a call to action.
Yeah, like where you can find our product in the marketplace. So I will write that up to JRAM and see if he can work with me to fix that last piece at the end, and then we'd be ready to go to. Did you see the one pager though? Is that good too? I think that the one pager will probably get more traction in the beginning.
Yeah, the
Because
text and messaging I said on the one pager is fine. I just wasn't sure if like, and I'm not a graphic design guy, but I'm wondering if there's some images that could be used to replace some of that text and explain things. Which is why
No,
I
do we
sort of
need?
like, I know we told Tim one pager, but part of me saying, is this better off as a 3 to 4 page slide?
Yeah, I can break it out into 3 slides. But I think what he wanted from us when he said one pager was something to put in the Snowflake newsletter.
Okay.
So I don't
I
know
thought
if he.
that was something I thought his use was to introduce us to that person who handles the partnerships with the small companies.
I
The
think
person in charge
that's
of like expansion, which she said
this
at this
guy.
point is mostly small companies.
This guy, commercial account representative. Or, well, he doesn't get, sorry, Tim has not given us any contacts yet. So I've been trying to find them myself. So I'm going to reach out to this guy again and
No,
see
no, but
what
I
we
thought
need
that's Tim was waiting for the one pagers that he could send to that
to
person.
say. Yeah. So is that one page? Yeah, but he also wants to put it in his weekly newsletter or the information in the one pager. At least that's what I got from him. So if this is
Okay,
okay,
I
I will
missed that
send the
part
one
then.
pager over to him and he can spread it out, get it where he wants to. If we like it though, I don't think you're happy with it. Too much words
No,
for,
no, no. I think it's fine. I think it should have less text, but I'm not a graphic designer, so I'm not sure what the right imaging should be.
yeah.
And that's why I sort of sent in the
I can put it
LinkedIn,
in
I said, oh,
Gamma.
like I created these diagrams to help Daria understand what it was back in April. And I don't know if you got a chance to look at those.
No, I did not.
Here, so let me pull up the LinkedIn message I sent. Where was it? Um, All right, I'm going to share my screen quickly.
Yep, I would have to stop sharing mine.
Let me know if you could see it.
Yep.
All right. So Daria was like, I'm like, well, let me just put something together visually to help you understand what we're doing here. So mission, vision, and so this was the diagram. I was wondering if there's a way to sort of show this. Like I was sort of saying, like the old way people now if this doesn't come across instantly visual and requires explanation, it's no good because someone's not going to
I can work
explain it.
on this. I can
But the
make it. You
concept I was trying to get
change the
across
colors on this, and it'll be readable.
as I was trying to get across, the old way of doing things is you go through some kind of GUI or desktop or browser. People have applications, and then you have access to mostly structured data with a little bit of unstructured data. But like the new way of getting through things is just the natural language, the chatbot, the LLMs, and providing access to the unstructured to structured and unstructured data. So you could just access it through keyword search, manual, or in the old way, it was keyword search or manual navigation. And now you're moving towards AI. You know, you ask, analyze, and the AI can take action as well. Um, and so this is sort of the new model. So this is the way I was sort of trying to frame it to her. So I don't know if there's some elements of this visually that could be pulled or elements from roadmap that the first sort of thing is these sort of chatbots. And we didn't mention in that video or this thing where we are in terms of roles. Is that something that's ready? I wasn't clear if that's something that's working now or not yet. Role-based
For the
access to data.
Snowflake solution, I don't think roles matter yet.
Oh, no. Meaning where if you're logged into that Streamlit app as the president of the company versus the guy who runs the
Yeah,
mailroom, does that part work where there's role-based and there's masking
I
of
don't
data?
know if that works at Snowflake yet.
Okay.
I'll have to
Yeah,
check.
I wasn't clear
Because
if that was
again,
just a roadmap.
we always built that solution to just you're in your data already and you call up AIFAQ, you play with your knowledge base right in Snowflake. And we've never assumed anyone but an admin would be doing that, I think.
No. I'm talking about like for the chatbot itself, that it's role-based and has data masking.
I'd have to
So if
check. I don't.
if I'm the CEO of the company and I want to ask, hey, what's
Yep, I'll check.
so
Yep.
I wasn't clear whether that's there or not or a future feature. But to me, that's a really important
Yeah.
feature that we don't mention on the slide on the one pager or in the show in the demo in the little video. And I think that's really important.
Well, it does say in the one pager built-in governance, but I can make that explore it or make another bullet point for controlled based access or something. I'll figure out what to say.
Yeah, role-based access. Yeah, with role-based permissions. So anyway, so these are two. Oh wait, so this was sort of the other one. Wait, so I skipped over this one somehow. So yeah, so sort of showing, hey, you load the data. Something that could visually show the steps. That hey, you sort of load your data, you get the knowledge base, you pick the AI model, but then the question is what I'm not really clear with our solution is how does it get deployed? And is it just through Streamlit apps? Or like you literally hit a button, here's some embed code, and you can embed it into your website? or mobile app?
Good question, Ryan. Ryan or Lochan, how would we embed this in, well, in Snowflake or in anywhere, Peter?
Yeah, I'm not sure for anywhere.
Oh,
So like, what's the? I mean, I was
deploy
sort of
strategy.
envisioning at some point, like, hey, you're using our application, you click a button and you say embed. And it literally would, now you could just add it to a website or a mobile app.
Yeah, like you
But I'm
just
not
have to
sure if
grab
that's
the
how
code and
ours
put it
works
in.
or how that's how we're planning on deploying it.
Yeah, means are you asking that like how will we like embed the stuff in some website, right? Like for the website stuff, what I was saying, the version one was like same stuff only. That we would directly ask them the stuff which they want, and we will completely make a website where it would directly get hosted because the code which is right now for AIFAQ one is completely like it completely have all the code in a separate file, and then we have just a Streamlit part. So instead of Streamlit, we will have some hosted version, like directly a version that they can directly host there.
Yeah, so I'm
For
not clear how
mobile,
this gets, I'm not sure how the orchestration, deployment, connection, how that all happens.
generally
And
like we host
we
it.
don't really cover that in that demo. We show people using it, but it's not clear to me, like, okay, I would download the AIFAQ code base, or I would need to deploy it somewhere, or I need to now connect it to my, how do I connect it to my Snowflake data sources? And then how do I now create apps that employees at my company can now start using, or my
Like
customers, or
we
so
can
those
ask.
sort of things aren't clear to me how that currently works or how it should work.
Currently, it all works on Streamlit one, but what we can do is like ask the user in that .env file. We can ask for GCP or like Azure or something code. The like GCP gives 300 credit free for the like first 3 months. So like we can add the GCP version there, and they just have to add the API key there. And what it would do is
I'm
like
sorry, what's
when the
GCP? Google Cloud?
Google Cloud Platform, yeah.
Okay. So anyway, these deployment steps, I think this is sort of what Bobby was getting to, like, 10, 15 minutes ago, of like what's the user experience for getting this set up? And who's that user? Like, can it be someone who's non-technical, or does this need to be like, your IT staff setting up AIFAQ?
Like they
Like
just
right
have to
now, the
add two
version, right now, the version at Founders Institute, we had to have a couple conversations with their webmaster. Is that how it's going to be? That was just for one deployment on one website, and it took a whole mess of
Yeah,
conversations.
no, but think about that. Think about
That's what I'm
that
saying. We got to be able to do that different.
Yeah, that app required us, like, it wasn't even a talk necessarily. The talk with their website was just to redirect to our custom. See, that was just where we set up custom apps. Like, we set it up, we deployed it, we set it up. Like, that was all us doing custom deployment. Like, what are the steps for if
We can
AIFAQ was to
just,
do it themselves? Like, how would they do it without
if
you, Lucas,
someone
setting
wants
it
to
up for
host
them?
it, if someone wants to host it, they just have to add two things. First would be GCP's API key, and second would be Netlify's or Versal's API key. So if they enter those two stuff, we can write a code that would directly use their GCP cloud for hosting the AI part, and the website it would be completely hosted on Netlify or Versal directly. So we can
And is
add
that
a
state
like,
secure, or
sorry, like
like,
I
is
did not
information
understand.
flowing between now this Streamlit, this application, and Snowflake?
Actually, Streamlit is just for the developer and testing purpose. Like we can't use Streamlit actually for like actual
Okay.
websites. Like yeah, so we have to use a complete website or separate website using some React or those stuff. and like we can write it easily. And then what we can do is like ask them just for two stuff: GCP's API and Vercel. GCP would be for loading the AI part, or what we can do is like directly add some direct API key of Mistral or something. Then we don't even need GCP. And the second
Okay.
stuff would be just adding their Vercel API key, so that we can directly host it on their platform. Like we can directly
Okay.
host
So
it
it's
on some.
yeah. So what's needed is like a detailed is a high level overview of what these steps are, and then like a detailed tutorial on how to do it.
No,
And that's
it's
what I'm
just
saying. Like
to.
before you write that, it'd probably be better to we do this internally for you to like have like a workshop, have like an internal class on like, oh, how would I do this? Like, hey, like Bobby says, I want to do this for her courses. I'm like, okay, I want to do this for my consulting business. How would I do this?
Yeah, if I get screen access, like share screen once. Like I have something to show of this, like for
Okay.
this thing.
But
Yeah,
but
so
anyway, that link to
No,
that
Leila,
document,
no. I'm
I'll put
dying
it
to see
I'll
this.
put it in the
yeah,
chat. But I was sort of getting at, Bobby, is like in terms of the one pager, is there a way to add some visuals to it, or it's not going to fit well on a one pager, and this is maybe better off
I'll either
as
make
a
it a 3
yeah.
slide and cut the one pager down with a little bit more graphics to show what we do. I'll play with Canva today because I love Canva.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
It is complex.
yeah. Like what I was saying was basically like we just have to add these three keys. This is for AWS one. We can ask just three keys, and like when they enter these three keys, they don't have to do any other stuff. Like they just have to start a startup file, like just like something like dot setup dot sh. And once they run it, it would be completely doing everything by itself. We can directly add that stuff, and it would be completely hosting it by itself. So it's like it's not needed to have some developers like in that stuff. You just have to do only two steps.
Okay, I have a question. So next week, can we do a demo? Okay, I'm just going to share my screen real fast again. So this is a website I haven't really seen. I don't even know what's on it. So this is my website, ledgeracademy.com. I haven't really taught any classes or done anything with it in a really long time. And it's not working. So anyway, so I will figure out why it's not working in a minute. But so next week, say we wanted to do a demonstration for everyone in the AIFAQ project on how to do this. So my example would be my website. I'll get it working. Ledger Academy. I want to put a button on Ledger Academy that people can hit to question my course. Anything that was in that course, and I can upload that course in a second. I have all the chapters. I have all the stuff. So I want to do a demo where from step 1 to step 0 or step 10, I go to AIFAQ. I create a knowledge base with my course. I then put a button on my website for people to click to ask questions of my course. Can we do that at this particular moment?
We have to change two things. Like first is to change the code from Streamlit to some actual production website, like how generally websites are. Like because Streamlit is just for developers. Like generally we don't use it for hosting
Yep.
purpose. So first thing I guess like we should like if we can work on that two stuff. First is like change the code from Streamlit to like some actual websites, like how other websites look. So like I can make a website till next week, which would be completely like completely ready to on the UI and complete part. And then
Perfect.
for the next week we can add the other part also.
Okay.
Well, so how is the Founder Institute and the Hyperledger one deployed and hosted right now? If those aren't Streamlit apps, what are they?
They are. They're not production demos. They're on our website. We're hosting them.
Means
Is that right?
I could not understand.
Actually,
Where
currently,
if
how
we have
the
to if we have to migrate away from Streamlit for a production site demo, what are we using now for Founders Institute and LFDT, if not Streamlit?
Like for temporary, we can keep it as it is. Like what I'm saying is like to make a website completely in like a React or something in Node and like hosting it completely like how other websites are generally. So we can make a website in Node and like then directly
I don't
add
want to
the
use the
AI
word. I
part
think
in it.
I don't want to use the language website. Like Bobby has her own website, but then there
I just
needs to
want to
be a
put
chatbot application that people would link to, the same way they do with AIFA with Founder Institute and the Hyperledger. Um, so my question is, those apps, when you go to FI Founder, where is it? Founder FI Keystone. When I go here, where's that hosted? And how do we
you're not sharing your
facilitate
screen.
that?
No.
How do we facilitate that other people can deploy this and connect it to, now this obviously is not connected to Snowflake, but how do you sort of handle the whole deployment aspects of this? The orchestration, deployment,
actually
and how do we
currently we
make
are
that
using
simple and easy for people? What's that? I want to understand what the current user experience is and that people have videos or tutorials or instruction or can attend a webinar so they could set this up themselves. And what level of technical expertise do they need to get
actually.
AIFAQ set up?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Actually, currently, how we have deployed is we have used Streamlit. It is kind of tightly coupled with one another. In order to give other people access of it, we have to implement the REST API format so that we can just provide a API key for our model. Then after they will have their own separate front end and they will just use our API key, which will be working or integrating in their website or project. In this way, we can do. It is kind of scalable too.
Okay, so I'm just saying we need that role written out. And I'm saying don't start with like details, just explain it at a very high level. And ideally in like a tutorial
Yeah. So
format.
next week maybe we should try to see if we could come up with a tutorial.
Like as Lochan said, like first I think we should change the code of that Streamlit one because till we are in Streamlit, we won't be able to host it very well. Like I have shared the git mesh code. So like as this code it is in like completely TypeScript. So I am saying something like this, like if you can see the repository there, like you can see how the like website it should look like we should convert this into some this way. We can add some TypeScript code which would be deploying. Like first we need to do that for the hosting purpose. Like this could have all the stuff like I have the type checking and every those stuff also in this, like dockerized containers and everything.
Yeah. So I'm not really following what you're getting at, just because I don't know enough about deployment and orchestration. But what I'm sort of getting at is like I think we need to document what we've done with the two sites already with AIF with the Founder Institute and Hyperledger. So just sort of put that in writing, explain how that's currently deployed, and then how's it going to work moving forward with Snowflake? And then we need like a tutorial of like, okay, how would someone set this up
How would someone
if
like
Bobby
Ledger
wants to do it
Academy
on her own and
set
already
it up?
has her own data? And then how would we do this if someone is already has all their data in Snowflake? How would we do it then?
So
Yeah,
we will
just
work
to
on
like
But
Yeah,
right?
like we need to, yeah, so I was saying that only for like hosting that stuff, we need to work on the code first. Like, and the current, I would like write up a thing for like how we are hosting right now, and like what I suggest to do like in like further steps, because like we can't scale it as it is right now. We can't scale it in Streamlit version. We have to change the code to TypeScript and Python, those stuff.
TypeScript
Okay.
and
So
Python.
I'm not the right guy to say yes or no in terms of that architecture or have an intelligent conversation even. So that's a conversation probably should be had with Gianluca and just be clear on like what the right architecture is so that it scales, it's secure, and that it's something that is easy for other people to implement. And I don't know if we need to provide like this as an orchestration service that we do manually, or we provide, you know, one step, hey, click a button and we've got some script that now goes and deploys and sets stuff up on our servers, and we charge a fee for that and do that as some kind of value added service. I like these are discussions we should have, but the goal is to get this as simple and easy so that people can deploy this with what they already have in Snowflake, what they already have in their own personal servers, or if they want to pay us to deploy this, but it needs to be in a safe, secure way.
So how about we're after the hour? I'm going to go work on the website and get the one pager ready to send over, but I'm not going to send over the video because I'm going to talk to JRAM about the end of it and just fixing that last few pieces of the video. And then hopefully Ryan and Loched, if you want to take a crack at showing us how this would be deployed, best case scenario with our new REST APIs, typeset, whatever, rather than Streamlit, that would be great to get us moving. Because the only other thing I had on the agenda was to clean up the code, because I know Gianluca says that every week. And since he wasn't here, I thought I should say it. So he said it on the, again, I will think of the LinkedIn post. I will reach out to this guy when I know a little bit more about Snowflake. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I wanted to say congratulations to Ryan and Loched and your team. The Git mesh stuff that's coming out, your weekly call set up, just congratulations, great job.
Yeah, I'm
I
super
have yet to
impressed.
watch your
You guys
first
did
call, but
terrific.
I'm gonna. Great job.
Thanks, Bobby.
Yeah, and when
Thank
you
you,
go
Peter.
public in your company, Peter and I, we're advisors. We love to take on new advising. Don't forget about us on your way up. We'll still be sitting here. Everybody have a good week.
Okay. So Bobby, real quick, did you click on I put that link to the Google Doc that was in LinkedIn. I added it to the chat here
I
with those
copied it.
slides. I know that's not exactly the visual we need,
No, but I get
just to
what
give
you're
you some
looking.
ideas.
Yep, your vision. Yep, and I'll send it over when I get a mocked up version.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
Like
Bye,
Bobby, I
everyone.
have given the prompt for LinkedIn one if you like want that help, like regarding that stuff.
The LinkedIn prompt is on the wiki page, and you are set up with admin rights, I believe. So you can
Okay,
post
like
whatever you want to our LinkedIn page.
yeah, so I wanted to ask that can I post those stuff like in that way?
Please.
Like I just wanted permission to post it once, like in that way.
Please, you have permission. Have a great
Yeah,
week.
okay.
I'm looking forward to our posts.
Yeah,
Have a
yeah.
good week.
Okay.